Happy Monday. Thank you for joining. Today is Monday, the 22nd of August, and I'm here to do your Monday card reading. So for those of you that are new here, I'm Mandy, and I will be pulling 3 cards and reading the energy of each card to provide insight on what to expect for your week ahead. So you're meant to just kind of feel into what card or which message is meant for you. Maybe it's 1 card, maybe it's 2 cards, but just take a moment to feel into whether it's going to be card number 1, 2, or 3. And I will just read into the energy of the card, and I'm going to pull from the Rebecca Campbell Work Your Light Oracle deck. And for those that own this deck, I don't read from the book. I will just read the energy from the card. I'll take the message for today from the card. So let's get into it. I'm not going to do any announcements or anything today. We've got lots going on, but it's all over Instagram. So if you're interested, then go take a peek there. So let's start with card number 1. Okay. So card number 1 is don't dim to fit in. How are you claiming or dimming your light in order to fit in? So just give me a minute here. So the energy this week for you, it feels very much like you're gonna avoid, or there might be this energy of avoiding the messages or the direction that you feel you're meant to go in. It's almost like you don't want to hear it, or you don't want to acknowledge it. So it's almost like there's this big energy coming in for you, and you're going to receive insights or clarity or direction, and you can feel it, you can see it in your mind's eye. You maybe are journaling about it, or you just kind of know what you're supposed to do, but it's almost like you're not listening, you're turning it off. Like you don't want to hear it, you don't want to pay attention, you don't want to act on it, even though you're meant, you should, you're meant to. So there's this kind of energy of being blocked. Like you're just kind of like, it's so hard to explain, but it's almost like, how can I explain this properly? You know how sometimes you feel like there's somebody behind you, but you don't want to talk to them. So you just like avoid looking that way. That's kind of the energy that it feels like for this week. So the message for you is first of all, to acknowledge that. So you might notice that, that's the energy that you felt this week. So to acknowledge it, and then to kind of sit with it and try to figure out what it was or what it is that you're not wanting to look at. And then you can decide from there if you want to take action on it. But that is like an energy of avoidance for you this week. It might even be as simple as like you have some tasks you're supposed to do, and you're avoiding them. You don't want to do them. You're just kind of like pretending that you don't need to, that you don't have to do them, or that you'll just come back to it, or you'll do it when you can. Could be in work or in personal life, just like chores or maybe files that you need to work on or that sort of stuff. So if you could just move through that, like if you can acknowledge it, then just do it. You know what I mean? Just try to get through it. But that's the energy that I'm feeling for you this week. Okay, card number 2. Okay, card 2 is Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. So let me, excuse me, just feel into this. So this energy for you this week, it almost feels like you're gonna find the energy, or you're gonna be able to kind of step into confidence, stepping into your power, stepping into a knowing. Like it's almost like you wake up this week and you're just like, you just feel more powerful. You just feel like you can stand tall and your shoulders can be back, and you're kind of like above, your perspective has risen. You can see things from the bigger picture, and it's giving you this sense of confidence to move through this week with, just like with this really strong confidence. So it's almost like something's shifted for you this week energetically, and you're just feeling more powerful, you're feeling more grounded, you're feeling more in tune with your knowings, with yourself. And you're gonna move through this week like strongly, confidently, and in your own power. So it might be, this might show up sort of like being able to set boundaries a lot faster, a lot easier, saying no to things, or even just saying no and not feeling like you need to explain why. It could also show up just by making a decision, in the sense of like, just making a decision in the sense of without questioning it. So a lot of times when we have to make a decision, we seek guidance from our friends and our family, or from our cards, or from whatever, but it feels like you're going to confidently make decisions this week, and you're just going to move through this week with a lot more confidence. You're going to get shit done. It's like a check, 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 get the to-do list done. And it's just this powerful energy that's propelling you forward this week. And it's a very confident, strong energy. So that's a good energy to be in. You're just going to get things done. Okay, so let's do card 3. It's a messy one. Let me try again. All right, card 3, please. So card 3 is Mentakin. Longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. So just give me a minute here. Okay. I just went through this energy. It is like this sense of, so this week might be a little bit hard for you, emotionally, and in the sense of like, there's like you might have a down week. So I call them down days. Sometimes when, my mood is like down and I'm like questioning things, or like they're just showing me what I just went through. So the last couple weeks have been difficult for me in the sense of, I just feel like the sense of grief, or the sense of sadness, almost like homesickness. Like I know, it's so hard to explain, but the energy for you this week you might feel sad this week, and you might not understand why. You might put labels on it and try to put things into perspective, like in your reality, and say, oh, well, I'm feeling sad because something happened at work, or something happened in my relationship, or I'm just not feeling satisfied in my relationship or in my work or whatever. And those might be true, but underneath, like the deepest layer of it is likely that you're homesick for, like your soul is homesick. So there's like this deep sadness, or this deep sense of loneliness even, that you can't really put your finger on, or you don't really understand why you feel that way. There's nothing that really triggered it. But just know, like I just see you, like this picture here, you can just see that they're sitting there and they're looking at their home, which are those planets, but they're stuck here. I shouldn't say stuck, but sometimes it feels stuck here. But you know that you're here for a bigger purpose and that you're doing, like, you're living your life out. Like, anytime we're in this incarnation, it's for a reason. We have goals and we have lessons and we have, you know, missions and we have things that we want to work on for our soul's evolvement. So we need to play those out, but sometimes it's hard and sometimes you feel like you can't do it anymore. You don't want to do it anymore. But you have to get through that energy because ultimately the bigger picture is the most important. So this week might feel a little bit like you're homesick or you're sad. You're a little bit down and you might not be able to understand why on the surface level, but deep down it is likely because your soul is just a little bit homesick. So I hope that makes sense. If anybody's feeling that this way and you need somebody to talk to, please reach out because I go through this often. I just went through it myself. I'm just coming out the other side of it. The last couple days have been much brighter and lighter, but it is also a time where we're shedding and we're healing and we're releasing things that, you know, past life stuff, this life stuff, like it's just like an energetic, almost like a hibernation. So, but it is a healing time as well. So just know that if you are going through this, your soul is doing some healing at the same time, as difficult as it might feel. So that is our card reading for the week. And please let us know if you have any questions. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.